People, man, I've got to shake my head. You know who I am. This dragon. Again, you know where to find me. Go to YouTube, you see my videos at Dragon Speaks for You. Number 4 and the letter U. It's so exhausting with some of you people that you're screaming, crying for help, okay? If you don't understand something, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm going back to kindergarten to try to teach you guys because you're not getting it. You're not, I don't know, you're not listening. You don't want to, or you're just being lazy. I don't get it. You don't want to do the work to help yourself out of the problem, you know, that you initiated. You don't understand what you're dealing with, you know, and you're going to other people. You know what I mean? You're going to other people. You're scared to go back to the initial where you caused the problem or the problem initiated. You know, if it's a person or people or wherever you created and caused this problem. You understand? It could have been by actions. It could have been by words. It could have been, you know, in many ways. You know what you did. You keep trying to deflect it and go around it, beating around the bush, trying to get away from it because you're scared. You're scared because your ego's got you flying around in this whirlwind, you know, like trying to convince you that you can get out of this. You can get out of it. You can do it. You can do it. No, you can't. You can't do it because you don't understand what you're fighting. You don't understand what you're fighting. Look at that. How that sunshine just came through. Phew, man, there's the light for you. That's a sign right there, you know. Now let's dim it off. See how it dims off? Look at that. In just the time I was saying that, that's a sign right there. Again, and that's natural light. I'm not hitting a switch. There's no light. Every time it's righteousness speaking, you're going to see that. Most likely. It's an energy, people, that you're fighting. You're fighting against an energy, you know, and the people that are talking to you and got you out there and manipulating you, they know what it is, but they're not going to tell you. But they themselves couldn't do it. They can't fight it. They need your energy to do it. That you can't, I don't know how that doesn't make sense to you. You just don't believe, I guess, apparently, but you believe in the hell you're going through. You believe in the troubles you're facing. You believe in all the karma that's hitting you, you know. You're turning to what? You know, some of you ladies, man, to, you know what, instead of facing the problem, you run to people and you're going to go have sex with multiple people because it's a way to escape. You know, it's a way to catch a disease too. You don't know who you're getting with, you know, just because they're smiling, you know, I don't get it. You're not looking for a relationship, you know. What are you looking for? You're looking for an escape somewhere, for, you know, a temporary escape. You know, and it just brings more karma to you. You're getting a reputation that's ugly. It's a filthy reputation. You understand? And you're going to bring that filth to what? A beautiful situation. You want to create a beautiful situation with all that filth you got inside you, and it's inside here and it's inside here. It's taken from you. Don't you understand that? You know? Look at that. See that light up right there? Again. No, but none of that makes sense to you. Those are signs. Those are signs, man. And you can't read the signs. You know, you don't want to or something. I don't get it. It's just, You can only be so ignorant. You know what I mean? You can only be so ignorant. I need a light because it's getting a little dingy here. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit egotistical, isn't it? You know, for you to think that you can go accumulate all this filth within your mind, within your heart, within your body, you know, because of your actions, and then bring it into a beautiful relationship. How do you think that's going to work? Because they don't know about it? Look at that. There's that sunshine again. Because they don't know about it? You think they don't know about it? You don't understand these levels of frequency that me and others have. It's all knowing. It's all knowing. You know? See this guy right here? See this guy right here? I want to let you in on a little secret. Okay? I'll let you in on a little secret that you think doesn't exist or they even think about it. You know, some of you didn't even think about it. You know, it's a certain person in particular. If any of you are anywhere close related to me, I want to let you in on something. And there's others that have their own. Okay, but as far as I'm concerned, this right here, you can't beat this. You can't beat this. This is a spirit of the light. This is a spirit of the light, contrary to what you've been told. Oh, it's the devil. It's the devil, you know. No, that's the big red dragon from the Bible. That's a whole different story. This is different. Look it up. You know, do some research. Get off your lazy butt and do something. You see this right here? Now I want to tell you something. These things I wear is solid silver. Solid silver. Solid silver. So you see that emblem right there? You know what that is? You know what that's called? That's called a stag. Okay? It's not a deer. Any of you that said, oh, that's a deer, you know, that's a stag. Okay? Yeah, he's of the deer family, but that's a stag. Look it up. Look it up. Google it. You're so famous with your Google, you get all your answers. Look up stag. Okay? Watch what you find out. Maybe it'll light your eyes up a little bit, your brain up a little bit. Maybe it'll wake you up a little bit. Okay? This is what you're dealing with. This is what you're playing with. Okay? All right. And then the solid silver. Look up solid silver. Okay? And then put it together with this. All right? Dragon is all knowing. All knowing. All right? It's a spiritual. In the spirit. It's all knowing. That's why he's mine. Together with the stag. Okay? Put these pieces together. You're going to, maybe it'll help you see what I'm saying. And then the solid silver. Put all these three together. Okay? Solid silver. Okay? Accented by gold. All these things matter. They make a difference. I don't wear fake. Okay? They all matter. And these I've had and I put together since before some of you were born. A lot of you probably were born. They run together. This one came along a little earlier. These came along as I was a child. These came along a little earlier. This one came along a little later. Just a little bit later. Okay? All in its time. That's what you're battling against. That's what these people you're listening to in your ear talking all this crap and giving you these beautiful, famous ideas that just can't fail are telling you. And that's what you're running on. But put this stuff together and then see if it'll go against anything they got to say. Okay? Maybe it'll help you see what you're battling against. And what it's doing is it's causing you to dig a big old hole for yourself. You've already lost a relationship. You've already lost friends. You know, you're losing friends. You're losing people, perfect strangers that know, they already know about you. You don't even know about them, but they know about you. It's spreading everywhere. The word is spreading everywhere. You know, any kind of decent reputation you had is going down the drain. This is whether you're a man or a woman. You know, it's going down the drain as you sit. It's happening. That's because of your actions that you got talked into doing. And there's big ones coming. There's big ones coming. You got big actions coming involving law enforcement. I'm telling you, believe what I'm saying. There's big ones coming. And if you don't make a move to help yourself out of it, you're going to go spend some time. You're going to go spend some time. You're going to fall into a big judgment. You understand? Not just in the spirit. The spirit's already got judgment on you. That's why you're receiving all this karma. You know? And you can't think. You're in a spiritual prison. It's beating your brain. So you're running over here, running to this guy, and running to that woman, or running over here, running to them. You know, you got women that are witches that are involved with you that you're not even aware of, or maybe you are and you're being stupid, you know, listening to them. You know, they got nothing in their life, but yet you can't see that. They're telling you how to gain everything in your life. Let's steal it. Are you crazy? What you're stealing it from? That's the deal. You ever watch John Wick? Some of you ought to watch that movie, John Wick, or ask about it. If you don't want to watch it, ask about it. It's a lot like that. You know what I mean? It's a lot like that. You know what they called on? All over a puppy and stealing his car. Nothing at the ordinary to look at it, you know? But that puppy meant a lot. That car was his baby. And that puppy was a gift from his wife. For those of you who don't know, was a gift from his wife before she passed away. And it broke his heart. He loved her so much. You don't know how much love a person can put out that turns him into a monster. You understand me? If you go against it and you battle it and you interfere in that marriage because of the love he had. And it doesn't even matter if she had any love at all. I mean, she loved him too, but it doesn't really matter. That's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is the love he had for her. That's what that puppy meant after she passed away. He put away an old life for her. He put away an old life for her. There was a lot of wickedness to him, a lot of dark to him, a lot of professional to him, a lot of volatileness, okay, to him before her. He put all that away for her. He went after that, over that car. They broke into his house, took his car, stole his car, and killed that puppy. The car he could have let go, but that puppy was her heart. Look at that light just shined. The puppy was her heart. You interfered with her heart. You killed the representation of her heart for him. You know what I'm saying. There's some of you, there's a group of you that know what I'm saying. Guess what you got on your back now? Guess what you got chasing you, and it won't stop. It's not going to stop. And like I told you before, it can get so heavy, it can get so bad, it can take you all the way to the grave. It all depends on you. And you're using innocent people. Innocent people. They've got half a reprieve if they turn around, if they recognize. That's what this video is about. I hope some of you are watching, some of you people, and you can say, oh, you don't know what he's talking about. You know I do. You know that I do. You know it. You might say that because there's other people around and they need to hear you say that. I know that too. But you got yourself into a deep hole, man. You got yourself into a deep hole. It's getting deeper and deeper. And the stubbornness in you, the ignorance, the stupidity in you is not keeping you. I mean, it's keeping you from turning around and stopping. The only way you're going to fix it is to get away from those people. I don't care if it's your family. They're probably the biggest ones because you think they got something to say to you. Look at them. Look at them. How much are they doing for people? How much are they doing for people to help people? How much are they doing out of their heart to help people? I mean, for real, not once in a while, on a consistency basis. On a consistency basis, how much are they doing? You know, some of them can't even hold a woman or a man, but they're trying to tell you about a relationship. And you're listening. Who's the ignorant one? Who's the stupid one? You're listening to that. And how long have you had that relationship? How long? Damn, you're longer than they are old. In some cases. But you're listening. You're listening to that. Children. I don't care how old they are. They're children. And you're listening to it. You know, it's like a bunch of kids in a kindergarten. That's why I'd say I feel like I got to go back to kindergarten. You know, all them kids chasing each other around, making each other cry, taking toys away from each other and crying about it and fighting over them and you know. It's a little rat race and it's all amongst yourselves. Meanwhile, the teachers and the caretakers, they got to be patient. I mean, to do this kind of stuff and put up with it still, instead of just going, nah, forget them, man. Forget them. They ain't worth it. You know, they got to be a special person to give a damn. You understand? But you don't recognize that. You're too caught up in your ego. You're too caught up in yourself. And you're fighting an energy. Look these energies up. Put them together that I told you about. Put these three together. See if you wake up to something. Some of you might go, oh my God, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You think these things are just decoration? I've had them for decoration. You know what I mean? There's people that have seen me with these for as long as they're alive. Some have seen them not quite that long, but very long, quite a while. You know, I'd say 30 years. How about 30 years? Let's try that. At least. But you never knew. You just thought they were decoration. Just thought he was a myth. Oh, it's just something he says. Oh, it's just something he says. It means nothing. It's funny, man. It's funny. You guys, you don't put the pieces together. I've been giving pieces in all these videos. Okay. I've got over 30 videos out already. Like that. Just like that. You know? It would seem like. What do you think fired all this up? What do you think fired it up for me? I've put my leather work aside. I haven't been chasing any women. Oh, I've been going out to have some fun, but I've had no women because that's part of my commitment to myself. It only goes for so long, but it's part of that commitment for myself. And I'm almost out of that commitment, not the commitment itself, but out of certain stipulations in order to do my shadow work. You understand? What you have to do your shadow work. That shadow is knowledge, but you got to go dig into it. Go dig into that shadow of yours. Your shadow holds all that knowledge. This one out front here, creating those shadows is nothing. It's running crazy. It's running all over, doing right things and wrong things, doing whatever you call them, positive and negative things, doing all kinds of things, but it's creating these shadows. You got to go back there and analyze them and clean them up. That's how you're going to raise in these levels so that you can, advance in your life, man. You got to advance in a much cleaner way. You see that light come on when I said advance? That's the sun shining. You see that coming on? Those are signs. You got to be able to read. And once you get in these levels, you can read those signs. You can read those signs. They'll come to you. It'll just come to you. You don't have to make yourself think it's a sign. I say that to I've said it for so long to some people. Oh, man, you think everything's a sign. You think everything's a sign. That's because they are. I think you're probably realizing that. The one who said it, probably starting to realize that. Oh, he wasn't lying. Oh my God, he wasn't lying. He wasn't just talking out some fantasy thing. No, it's not a fantasy. The truth is the truth, people. And you're fighting an energy, man. You're fighting an energy. Turn around and get those practitioners and so-called witches and warlocks and, the diviners and the seers and all that crap. These tarot readers that you go to. There's good ones. I mean, there's good tarot readers, but you're not going to those. You're going to some, and the ones you do go to that you run into that are good, probably they're telling you, hey, you're screwing up. You're screwing up going against this person, but you still do it, and it gets worse. Your karma gets worse, and then you're sitting there crying, wondering, what do I do? Then you start crying for God. He's not going to hear you. He's the one that's allowing it to happen. He's the one that's allowing it to happen. You become that light worker. The devil's your servant, man. The devil works for me. His minions are nothing. They're irrelevant. They can't penetrate. But that devil don't even want to touch you because you're going against. You're putting a bad. I don't know if you can actually put a bad mark on him, but as far as he's concerned, you don't want him. He don't need any more problems. He's got enough of his own. But you're going against a light worker. You're going against an earth angel, man. You're going against the will of God. And you can also be that. It just takes some work, man. It's not like, you got to work the rest of your life, but then you got to, in a way, because you got to stay, Once you get there, you got to make that commitment. You can't go backwards. Some of you already did. Some of you made a commitment probably 31 years ago. Hello. And you said yes. And you were told then, you cannot go backwards. Once you accept, you can't go backwards. But you didn't realize, apparently, and it went, and went, did good. You did good. But you needed to know. You needed to know. Okay? So you learned a lot of stuff. But where is it now? Where is it now? Where's all that stuff you learned? You can't get it up there. You can get little touches, little nits and pieces of what it was. Let's see, what was it? What was it? Was it something he said or the voices in your head? Huh? Was it something he said or the voices in your head? Don't know. And if everybody loves you, how come nobody's calling? Yeah, boy, there's some reality for you. You know what I mean? What have you done? And you're realizing, a lot of you probably realizing what you've done. And you're in shame and you're in guilt. And I understand it. That's good. It's conviction. It's conviction. Nobody's condemning you. Don't you listen to that? Listen to man out there. They'll condemn you. Your conviction, that's freedom, man. That's freedom. But you got to listen and do the work. Get away from people. You got to get away from people. Okay? Sit by yourself. Do your own thing and get within yourself and do your shadow work. Analyze your shadow work. Okay? But you get tired. You start to do it and you're doing all right. And then you get bored. You got to, something hits you. You get triggered by a thought and you get up and you got to go. Here you go on your little party trip. You get into drugs. You're doing drugs. You're doing alcohol and drugs. All of a sudden you're alcoholic and a drug addict. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about periodically. I'm talking constant. You know, I'm talking constant. I'm not talking about periodically going and having a good time. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about constant. It's a constant thing. You got to, every time you get triggered, here you go. Even by yourself, you're sitting there, you know, doesn't that tell you something? Doesn't it wake you up? And then you're tired. Some of you know, God, I got to get out of this. I got to get out of this. But, you get in a depressed state of mind. You know what I mean? But yet you won't do the work. You get triggered. And when you start to do the work, you can't do it on alcohol. You can't do it on drugs. You're going to have to be totally sober and you're going to have to get in and you're going to do some crying. You're going to do some weeping and moaning and some afflicting yourself. You're going to, it's like a mental whip. You're going to, you know what I'm saying? You got to go through the dark night of the soul. That's all there is to it. But it's got to be consistent. You can't dip in and start and then go party a little bit because you eliminate all the work you've done. Does that make sense? You eliminate all the work you've done. You got to stay with it. Stay with it. And you've probably done some already. You've probably done a good piece of it. But you're still, running out there. You get triggered by things. Your anger. Get rid of that anger, man. You're pissed off at what? You're angry. You start throwing your anger over towards him, towards her, towards them. Your anger's everywhere because you can't face it yourself. You're actually just angry at yourself. You're so pissed off at yourself, you can't stand it. So it starts spewing out, You got to find an excuse to blame over there. That's not helping you at all. Get rid of that anger. Bring down some calmness, man. Get some calmness in you, so you can at least level out in vibration somewhere. You got to get your vibrations down, man. Instead of jumping around all over the place. It's like hot grease on a spittle, man. It's jumping around all over. Turn that flame down. Get that, turn it down within yourself. I'm trying to help you, I'm trying to help you. I should be doing videos, biblical videos, man. I should be doing other stuff, I got other aspects. I got a variety of diverse things I can go to, man. Drug addiction. I got other things I can go to. But here I am with this. I got to keep running back and running back and running back. And the spirit finds a way to get to me, to get me to do it. You know what I mean? Even when I don't want to do it. Ain't that right, spirit? Hey, there's the light. You see how connected? It's connected. You know? You think it's magical stuff, black magic. Dim it out. Dim it out. Look at that. It's it's not rabbits out of a hat. It's the spiritual, man. It's the connection. It's the connection. You know, it's the connection. It's just bring it back up. You know, dim it down. It's all. It's a connection, right? Dim it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Spirit. You see, it's not black magic. It's a spiritual connection. It's as white as you can get. It's as clean as you can get. It's got nothing detriment. It's not hurting anybody. It's not meant to hurt anybody. It's to open up the light. It's to open up the people. It's knowledge. The light is knowledge. That's all knowledge coming in. You know? That's all knowledge. That's how the light gets in. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. There's a crack in me, man. There's a crack in you. There's a crack in all of you. You're not walking perfection. That's how the light gets in. Let the light in. Analyze that light. Get the knowledge out of that light. You know? So you can go into your darkness, your darkness, and alleviate yourself. Look at that. Look at that. Just got dark. Look at that. There's confirmation. I mean, watch it. This is all, I got the door open. That's the sun. You know what I mean? What are you gonna say? Oh, it's just a coincidence. It's going in and out from behind the clouds. Yeah, but at the same time, I'm telling you, I don't know, people. I don't know how to, how to, I don't know. I just get lost in trying to explain things to you. It's just, I don't know how else I can get it. There's A, there's B, there's C, all the way to Z, you know, soon you'll learn the song. A, B, C, you know. I mean, it's like going all the way back to that. And it's crazy. You people are knowledgeable, man. But that's what it does. When you listen to the darkness, all that energy of the light is pulled away from you. It's pulled away from you. And you have to work it out on your own. But there you are, you're lost. You know, you're lost and you wonder what is it? Where did it go? Where did it go? You know? You threw it away. You threw it away. That's where it went. You know, you pushed it aside. And you knew it. You've known it. A lot of you have known it. You were living in it. It was working for you. You know what I mean?